Surah Taha, verse 9. The truth is, whoever comes to my Lord as a sinner, surely for him is hell. There, he will neither die nor live. And whoever comes to my Lord as a believer, having done righteous deeds, they are the ones who will have the highest ranks, the gardens of Eden beneath which rivers flow. They will abide therein eternally. And this is the reward for those who purify themselves. O children of Israel, we saved you from your enemy. And when Moses was not among you, and there was no messenger among you, we made a promise to you. We sent down manna and quails upon you. Eat from the good things with which we have provided you. And do not exceed the limits in this. Otherwise, my displeasure will descend upon you. And upon whomever my displeasure descends, surely he will fall, perish, and be ruined. And indeed I am very forgiving for the one who repents, believes, and does righteous deeds, and then is guided to the right path. Niçin? Niçin? They ask you about the mountains. Say, my Lord will scatter them as dust. Thus he will leave them as a level, empty plain. You will not see any depression or elevation there. On that day, they will follow the caller with no deviation, and voices will be hushed for the Most Merciful, who is exceedingly merciful to all living beings he created in the world. You will only hear a faint sound. On that day, voices will be hushed for the Most Merciful, who is exceedingly merciful to all living beings he created in the world, except for those whom he has granted permission and with whom he is pleased in speech. Except for help, support does not provide benefit. Allah knows what is before them and what is behind them, but they cannot encompass him with their knowledge. And people have humbled themselves for Allah, the ever-living, who watches over all his creations. Those who engage in wrongdoing by associating partners with Allah and carry out actions to their own detriment have truly suffered loss. And whoever, as a believer, performs righteous deeds, then he will not fear injustice or being deprived of his due. Nechim, knowledge. And behold, thus they may come under the protection of Allah, or we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran, so that it may form a new admonition for them. In it, we have made repeated explanations of warnings. Exalted is Allah, the True, the Sole Sovereign. Do not hasten with the recitation or teaching before its revelation to you is completed, and say, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. Star 112. And indeed, we took a covenant from Adam before, but he forgot, and we did not find determination in him. And we once said to the forces of nature, submit to Adam, except for Iblis, who used his reasoning. They all submitted and showed obedience. He resisted. Then we said, O Adam, indeed Iblis is an enemy to you and your wife. Do not let him expel you from paradise. Otherwise, you will be miserable. Surely you will not go hungry, or be distressed, nor will you be naked in paradise. And you will not be thirsty there, and you will not suffer from the sun's heat, we said. Eventually Satan whispered to him. He said, O Adam, shall I guide you to the tree, of eternity, and to a kingdom that never deteriorates or declines. Then they both became obsessed with wealth, property, and gold. Immediately, their shame became apparent to them, and they began to cover themselves with the leaves of paradise, to their own detriment, and started hoarding. Adam disobeyed his Lord and went astray. Then his Lord chose him, accepted his repentance, and guided him to the right path. God said to both of them, "Descend from here, all of you, as enemies to one another. Whenever guidance comes to you from me, whoever follows my guidance will neither go astray nor be miserable," he said. An-Najm 13. Whoever turns away from my remembrance and my praise, surely for them is a difficult and distressing life. On the day of judgment, we will gather them blind at the assembly place. He will say, "My Lord, why have you raised me blind when I was once seeing?" Allah will say, "This is how it is. Our signs came to you, but you ignored them. Today you are likewise ignored and punished. And thus do we punish those who do not fully reveal the truth and do not believe in the signs of their Lord. And the punishment of the hereafter is certainly more severe and more enduring. Did the many generations we destroyed before them, in whose dwellings they now walk, not serve as a guide for them? Was it not a lesson for them? Indeed, in this are many signs for those who possess understanding. And if it were not for a decree from my Lord and a specified term, it would certainly be inevitable." Surah An-Najm, verse 14. So be patient with what they say. To attain contentment, glorify your Lord with praise before the rising of the sun and before its setting, and declare that he is free from all imperfections. And also glorify him during some hours of the night, and at the ends of the day, declare that he is free from all imperfections. And do not covet, chid, what we have granted to some of them as a means of testing them, the adornments of the worldly life. Do not fix your eyes with desire on their wealth, property, children, and power, for the provision from your Lord is better and more lasting. And command your family to perform prayer, support them financially and mentally, and enlighten the community. And you yourself continue with it patiently. We do not ask you for provision. We provide for you. The end is for being son under Allah's protection. Netim 13. And the disbelievers said, "Why does this person who claims to be a messenger not bring us a sign from his Lord? Did clear proofs not come to them in the earlier scriptures? And if we had destroyed them with a punishment before this, they would surely have said, 'Our Lord, why did you not send us a messenger, so we could have followed your signs before we were humiliated and disgraced?' Say, everyone is waiting, so wait as well. Surely, the owners of the straight path will soon be seen, and those who have found the right path to be guided. It will happen. When that event occurs, there will be no one to deny its happening. That event will bring down some and elevate others. When the earth is shaken with a severe shaking and the mountains are crumbled to dust, when they are turned into dust and smoke, and you will know that you are divided into three classes." Surah Al-Waqi'ah, Meccan period. Verse 1. Here are the companions of the right. What are the companions of the right? And the companions of the left. What are the companions of the left? and the foremost are the foremost. Indeed, the foremost are those who are brought near, and indeed the foremost are in the gardens of bliss. Many of them are from the former generations, and a few of them are from the later generations. They will be on thrones adorned with jewels, as a reward for what they did. They will be facing one another. Around them will be vessels filled from the source, pitchers, ewers, and cups, from which they will neither suffer headache nor lose their senses. Fruits of their choice, and the meat of birds that they desire, with eternally youthful servants, and large-eyed maidens like hidden pearls, will circulate among them. There, they will not hear any idle talk, nonsense, or anything that causes loss of time, hinders good, causes harm, or creates faults. Only Albis words: peace, health, well-being, happiness, peace, health, well-being, happiness, and are the companions of the right. What are the companions of the right? They are thornless cherries, rows of bananas, acacias, extended shadows, gushing water, many fruits that are not cut, not exhausted, and not forbidden, and elevated couches. Indeed, we created the cherries, bananas, shadows, and gushing water in such a creation that they were said to be for the companions of the right, and all are untouched, and of the same quality. We made a group is mostly from the former generations, and a group is from the latter generations. And the companions of the left, what are the companions of the left? They are in a penetrating fire and boiling water. They are in a shadow of black smoke that is neither cool nor pleasant. Indeed, the companions of the left were those who indulged in luxury and amusement before this. And the great sin? They were persistent in associating partners with Allah. And after we have died and become dust and bones, will we really be resurrected? And our forefathers as well, they used to say, Niçim, muhteşemnesi. And indeed, without a doubt, the former and the latter will certainly be gathered at a known time, on a specified day at the appointed place. Then, without a doubt, you, O deviators, deniers, will surely eat from the tree of Zakum and fill your bellies with it. Then you will drink boiling water on top of it. You will drink like thirsty camels drink. This is the feast for those on the day of judgment. We created you. Will you not confirm it? Have you considered the thing you emit, the semen, the egg? Are you the ones who create it? Or are we the creators? We have decreed death among you, and we are not to be prevented from replacing you with your likes and creating you in forms unknown to you. And indeed, you have known the first creation. So, will you not take heed and reflect? So, have you ever considered what you are sowing? Are you the ones who bring it to fruition? Or are we the ones who complete it? If we willed, we could surely make it dry debris, and you would remain in wonder. Indeed, we are in debt. Rather, you would be left in astonishment, saying, we have been deprived of everything, left destitute. So, have you ever considered the water you drink? Did you bring it down from the cloud? Or are we the ones who bring it down? If we willed, we could make it salty. Then, should you not be grateful? So, have you ever considered the oxygen in the fire you keep burning? Did you construct the tree of fire and oxygen? Or are we the ones who constructed it? We made the fire and oxygen as a lesson, a reminder, and a benefit for desert travelers. So then, purify the name of your great Lord. Keep it free from imperfections. Learn that he is free from imperfections. Niçin? Olsa. No. More. I present the places, times, and revelations of the verses that come with each descent of the stars as evidence. And if you know this is a great demonstration of evidence, without a doubt it is the noble Quran, a book that is hidden and protected. None but the mentally purified can touch it. It is a revelation from the Lord of the worlds. So, do you now belittle this word, the Quran? And do you secure your livelihood by denying it? Do you respond by denying the provisions given to you? The star, his turn. But when the soul reaches the throat, you are then watching it. Yet we are closer to it than you are. However, you do not see. So, if you are not to be punished, if you are truthful, shouldn't you be able to return the soul that has reached the throat and is about to depart? But if he is among those brought near, then there is comfort, fragrant provision, and the garden of abundant blessings. And if he is among the companions of the right, then peace be upon you from the companions of the right. And if he has deviated from the right path, if he is among the deniers, then there is boiling, a feast of scalding water, and being thrown into hell. Indeed, what we have conveyed is the very essence of certain knowledge and truth. So, glorify the name of your great Lord. Teach that he is free from all deficiencies. Surah Ash-Shu'ara, Makkan, period. Nečim. Lovičer. Tasin Mim. These are the verses of the clear explanatory book. They consider the Quran as magic, poetry, legends, mythological tales, fabricated words, fragments, and bad words. Those who accept them are not becoming believers, and you will destroy yourself over this. If we could send down upon them from the sky a sign, indication, ray, radiation, and meteors, typhoon, flood like what we sent to those who swear, and their necks would become submissive to it. And when a new admonition comes to them from the Merciful, who is very merciful to all living beings in the world, from Allah, they definitely became those who kept their distance from it. Then they certainly denied it. Soon, the news of what they used to mock will come to them. Indeed, by oath, my Lord, we will surely hold all of them accountable for what they have done. And did they not look at the earth? We have produced many beautiful pairs there. Indeed, in this there is certainly a sign, an indicator. But most of them did not become believers. And there is no doubt that your Lord is certainly the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the one with vast mercy. Star 21. At a certain time, your Lord called out to Moses, "Go to the wrongdoers, the people who act to their own detriment, the people of Pharaoh. Will they not seek protection under Allah?" He had proclaimed. Moses said, "My Lord, indeed I fear that they will deny me. My chest tightens and my tongue does not speak. Therefore also appoint Aaron as a messenger. Moreover, there is a charge against me from them. Because of that I fear they will kill me," he said. Allah said, "Certainly it is not as you think. Go, both of you, with our signs and indications. Indeed, we are with you listening Go both of you to Pharaoh, and say, We are the messengers of the Lord of the worlds, so send the children of Israel with us. Pharaoh said, Did we not raise you among us as a child? And did you not spend many years of your life with us? Then you committed that deed you did? You are one of the ungrateful, he said. Moses, I did it when I was among the misguided. So I fled from you when I feared you. Then my Lord granted me wisdom and made me one of the messengers. And the favor you boast of is that you have enslaved the children of Israel. Pharaoh said, What is this Lord of the worlds you speak of? He said. Moses said, If you truly knew, he is the Lord of the heavens, the earth, and everything in between. Pharaoh said to those around him, Do you not hear? He said. Moses, he is your Lord and the Lord of your forefathers. Pharaoh said, This messenger sent to you is certainly one whose tongue is supported by hidden powers, he said. Moses said, If you would use your reason, he is the Lord of the east, the west, and everything in between. Pharaoh said, If you take any god other than me, I swear I will make you one of those imprisoned. Moses said, Even if I bring you a clear thing, he said. Pharaoh said, Go ahead and bring it if you are truthful. Upon this Moses revealed his skill. And behold, Moses' skill was undoubtedly and clearly overwhelming. He also drew out his power. And behold, that power is very perfect and flawless to the observers. Pharaoh said to the dignitaries beside him, Undoubtedly, this is definitely a very knowledgeable expert, scholar. He wants to drive you out of your lands with his effective knowledge. What do you suggest now? He said. The dignitaries said, Detain him and his brother. Send gatherers to the cities. Let them bring you all the great and very skilled scholars. Thus, the skilled scholars were gathered at the appointed time, on a specific day. It was said to the people, Are you gathering? They were asked, For us to follow the effective scholars, they need to be the ones who prevail. When the effective scholars arrived, Pharaoh said, If we are victorious, is there definitely a reward for us? Pharaoh said, Yes, in that case you will undoubtedly be among those close to me. Moses said to them, Present whatever you are going to present. Then they presented their accumulations, old beliefs and theses, trash, their trivial and superficial knowledge. And by the power of Pharaoh, undoubtedly, they said, Surely we are the victors. Then Moses presented his accumulation. And what did they see? It was swallowing up what they had fabricated. Then the effective scholars were left as those who submitted and showed surrender. They said, We believe in the Lord of the worlds, nay, the Lord of Moses and Aaron. Pharaoh said that, Did you believe in him without my permission? Surely he is indeed your chief who taught you magic. Well, soon you will know. I swear, I will sever your ties, you, from contracts and commitments. And I will definitely remove all of you from your comfortable environment, your jobs in the city, your official positions, and make you work as agricultural laborers in the date fields. I will make you work in the stone quarries. By making you work in harsh jobs, I will extract your essence. I will drain your marrow. No harm, knowledgeable ones. Surely we are those who return to our Lord. They said, We hope our Lord will forgive our mistakes because we are the first among the believers. Then it was revealed to Moses, Strike the sea. with your staff." Then the sea split, and barriers were formed, each part. The barrier became like a great mountain. And we instructed Moses, "Lead my servants out by night." We revealed, "Surely you will be pursued." Then Pharaoh sent gatherers to the cities. Surely they are a small, scattered group, and they are certainly angry with us. But we are indeed a prepared and cautious community. Then Pharaoh and his men pursued them at sunrise. When the two groups saw each other, the followers of Moses said, "Surely we are definitely trapped." Moses said, "It is certainly not as you think. Surely my Lord is with me. He will guide me." We brought the others closer there, and we saved Moses and all those with him. Then we drowned the others in the water. In the end, we drove Pharaoh and his people out of gardens, springs, treasures, and honorable positions. Thus it was. And then we made the Israelites the inheritors of these. Surely in this there is definitely a sign, an indication. But many did not believe. And indeed, your Lord is certainly the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the one with vast mercy.
Surah Ash-Shura, verse 1-22. And recite to them the story of Abraham. Where is he who said to his father and to the people, "What do you worship?" He said. They said, "We worship idols." "We will continue to worship them," they said. Abraham said, "Do they hear you when you call upon them? Or do they benefit you? Or do they harm you?" They said, "On the contrary, we found our forefathers doing this," they said. Abraham said, "Have you ever considered what you and your ancient forefathers have been worshipping? Indeed, they are my enemies. Except for the Lord of the worlds, He is the one who created me, and He is the one who guides me to the right path, and He is the very one who feeds me and gives me drink. When I fall ill, He is the one who heals me, and He is the one who will cause me to die, then bring me back to life, and He is the one I hope will forgive my faults on the day of judgment. My Lord, grant me wisdom, and join me with the righteous, and make me one who is remembered with truthfulness by those who come after, and make me one of the inheritors of the bountiful paradise, and forgive my father. Indeed, he was among the misguided. And on the day of resurrection, when neither wealth nor children will benefit, except for those who come to Allah with a sound heart and true faith, and paradise is brought near to the righteous, and hell is unveiled for the transgressors, do not disgrace me, he said. Niçin? 3. And where are the things you worship besides Allah? Do they help you? Or do they help themselves? It was said, then the idols, the transgressors, and the devil, the soldiers of the faculty of thought, those who act without thinking, have been thrown into hell altogether. While they argue with each other in it, they said, by Allah, we were truly in clear misguidance, because we were equating you with the Lord of the worlds, and only those sinners led us astray. Now there is no one among the helpers, intercessors, or sincere friends, guides, or protectors for us. Oh, if only there were a return for us so that we could be among the believers. Surely there is a sign in this. But most of them were not believers. and there is no doubt the Lord is indeed the most supreme, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the possessor of infinite mercy. Star 124. The people of Noah denied the messengers. Once their brother Noah said to them, "Will you not seek protection under Allah? Surely I am a trustworthy messenger for you. So seek protection under Allah and obey me. And in return I do not ask you for any reward. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. So seek protection under Allah and obey me. Are we to believe you when they are the ones who follow you so low?" They said, Noah said, "I have no knowledge of what they do. Their account is only with my Lord. If you consider, I am not one to drive away the believers. I am only a clear warner." They said, "O Noah, if you do not desist, be assured that you will certainly be among those stoned to death." Noah, "My Lord, my people have denied me. So judge between me and them, and save me, and those of the believers who are with me," he said. Then we saved him, and those with him in the fully laden ship. Afterwards, we drowned the remaining ones. Undoubtedly, there is certainly a sign, an indication in this. But most of them were not believers. And, indeed, your Lord is definitely the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the one with vast mercy. Necim 2:5. Nami denied the messengers and their messages. When their brother Hud said to them, "Will you not seek protection under Allah? Indeed, I am a trustworthy messenger for you. So seek protection under Allah and obey me. And in return, I do not ask you for any reward. My reward is with the Lord of the worlds. Do you build a monument on every high place to amuse yourselves? Do you take factories and fortresses as if you will live forever, as if you will become eternal? Do you seize with tyranny when you seize? So seek protection under Allah and obey me, the one who gives you those things, you know. Seek protection under the one who gives you livestock, sons, vineyards, gardens, and springs. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a great day." They said, "Whether you give advice or not, it makes no difference to us. This is just the lifestyle of those before us, and we will not be subjected to punishment." Then they denied him, so we subjected them to change and destruction. Indeed, in this there is certainly an absolute sign, an indicator. But most of them were not believers. And indeed, your Lord is definitely the most supreme, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the possessor of vast mercy. Necim 36. Thamud denied the messengers, the messages. When their brother Salih said to them, "Will you not seek protection under Allah? Indeed, I am a trustworthy messenger for you. So seek protection under Allah, and how obey me." I do not ask you for any reward. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. Will you be left secure here, among gardens, springs, and crops, and date palms with hanging clusters? And you skillfully carve houses out of the mountains. So seek protection under Allah and follow what I say. And do not follow the command of those who spread corruption on the earth, and do not reform those who distort the truth. They said, You are certainly among the bewitched. You are only a human like us. If you are among the truthful, then show us a sign, they said. Salih said, This is the support institution. It needs to be supported to survive. A portion of your earnings should be allocated for it. Keep it standing. Otherwise, the punishment of a great day will seize you, he said. Despite this, they destroyed the support institution by drying up its sources of income, and they woke up as those who were regretful. Then the punishment seized them. Indeed, there is a great lesson in this, but most of them did not believe. And indeed, your Lord is definitely the most supreme, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one whose nature cannot be fully known, the absolute victor, the most compassionate. Necim, dolaşırken, the people of Lot denied the messengers and their messages. When their brother Lot said to them, Will you not seek protection under Allah? Indeed, I am a trustworthy messenger for you. Come now, seek protection under Allah, and follow what I say. And in return for this, I do not ask you for any reward. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. Do you leave the wives your Lord has created for you, and go to men among the worlds? The truth is, you are a people who exceed all bounds. They said, O Lot, if you do not desist, you will surely be among those expelled. Lot said, Indeed, I am one of those who detest your actions. My Lord, save me and my family from what they do. So we saved him and his family, except for his wife, who was among those who remained behind. Then we destroyed all the others who were left, and we rained upon them a rain of destruction. See how terrible was the rain of those who were warned. Indeed, in this is a sign, a clear indication. But most of them were not believers. And indeed, your Lord is certainly the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the possessor of vast mercy. Surah Najm, verse 128. O companions, they denied the messengers and their messages. Remember when Shu'aib said to them, Will you not seek protection under Allah's guidance? Indeed, I am a trustworthy messenger for you. Therefore, seek protection under Allah's guidance and follow what I say. In return, I do not ask you for any reward. My reward is only with the Lord of all worlds. Measure with full measure, and do not be among those who cheat, and weigh with an accurate scale. Do not undervalue people's belongings, and do not cause corruption on the earth by spreading disorder. And seek protection under the guidance of the one who created you and the generations before you. They said, You are certainly among those who are bewitched. You are definitely among those who are enchanted. You are nothing more than a mortal like us. We are certainly sure that you are one of the liars. If you are among the truthful, then make a peace. Of the sky fall upon us, they said. Shaib, your Lord, is the best knower of what you do. Then they denied him, and the punishment of the day of the shadow seized them. Indeed, it was the punishment of a great day. Indeed, there is a sign, an indication in this. But most of them were not believers. And indeed, your Lord is certainly the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the most merciful. 9. 29. And indeed, this clear book is certainly a revelation from the Lord of the worlds. He sent it down with the clear book, in a clear Arabic language, to your heart so that you may be among the warners. The Spirit brought down the divine messages, the reliable knowledge. And indeed it is trustworthy. The Spirit, the reliable knowledge, was certainly also in the books of the predecessors. And the fact that the scholars of the children of Israel know of the existence of reliable knowledge in their own books, was it not a sign, an indication for them? And if we had sent down the clear book to someone from among the foreigners who do not know Arabic, and he had recited it to them, they would not have been believers in it. Thus, we have placed it into the hearts of the sinners. They will not believe in it until they see the painful punishment. Necim, touch it. Indeed, this will come upon them suddenly without them realizing it. Then they will say, are we among those who are given respite? Are they perhaps maybe hastening our punishment? Have you ever thought, if we were to let them enjoy prosperity for years, then what they were promised comes upon them. What they gained will be of no benefit to them. And we only destroyed the city. That was warned for their own sake. Advice. And we are not unjust. And the clear explanatory book was not inserted into your heart by the devils. It does not befit them, nor are they able to do so. Indeed, they are certainly kept away from hearing the revelation. So do not invoke any other God along with Allah. Then you would be among those who are punished. And warn your closest tribe, and lower your wing to those believers who follow you. If they disobey you, then say, indeed, I am free from what you do. And you are among those who rise, who stand up to fulfill the mission of prophethood, and those who show submission and obedience. When you walk around, entrust the outcome to the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the invincible, the absolute victor, the most merciful, who sees you. Indeed, he is the best hearer, the best knower. Shall I tell you upon whom the devils descend, into whose minds they instill things? The devils descend upon all, slanderers who waste time, those who are slow in doing good, who cause harm, and who create faults. They instill things into their minds. They leave impressions. However, most of them are liars. Indeed, this Quran is instilled into you by Allah, who sets laws and knows best. And as for the poets, surely the errant deviants follow them. Have you not seen that they wander aimlessly in every valley and say things they do not actually do? Have you never thought about it? Except for those who believe do righteous deeds, remember Allah abundantly, and defend themselves when wronged. Those who do wrong will soon know what kind of return they will be turned to. Surah An-Naml, Meccan period. Verse Median, Tasin. These are the ones who establish prayer, provide support both financially and mentally, form and uphold institutions that enlighten society, give zakat as a duty of faith and servitude to spread and maintain the religion of Allah, and sincerely pay the tax for the establishment of prayer, and who have firm belief in the hereafter. These are the verses of the Quran, and a clear explanatory book, serving as a guide, and good news for the believers who are themselves on the right path. Star 32. Undoubtedly, we have made the deeds of those who do not believe in the hereafter appear attractive to them, so they are bewildered. These are the ones for whom the worst of punishments is destined. And these are the very ones who will suffer the greatest loss in the hereafter. Once Moses felt the distress of the Israelites, saying, I perceive a fire for my people. He said, hopefully I will bring you some news from that distress or a piece of it, so that you may support the Hebrews and save them from the fire. Then, when he reached the fire, the distress. When he decided to alleviate this distress, those who were in distress and those outside of it were made prosperous. And the Lord of the worlds, Allah, is free from all deficiencies. Oh, Moses! Indeed, I am Allah, the most supreme, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the best lawmaker, the one who best prevents corruption, the one who makes things firm. And reveal your accumulation. It moves, as if it were an invisible entity. When he saw it, he turned and fled without looking back. O Moses, do not be afraid. Indeed, with me my messengers do not fear. However, whoever does wrong and then replaces evil with good, surely I am very forgiving, very merciful. And put forth your strength from your bosom. With 9 signs, ban, omens, you will appear before Pharaoh and his people perfectly, flawlessly. Indeed, they have become a people who have gone astray. It was proclaimed. Then, when our verses, signs, and indicators came to them in a clear manner, they said this is an obvious illusion, a deception of people. And even though they were fully convinced of them, they denied them knowingly due to associating partners, acting wrongly to their own detriment and out of arrogance. Now, look at how the end of the corruptors turned out. And indeed, we gave knowledge to David and Solomon. All praise be to Allah, who has made us more than many of his believing servants. They said, and Solomon inherited from David, and Solomon said, O people, we have been taught the language of the birds to understand their sounds and behaviors. And we have been given everything, he said. Indeed, this is a clear favor. And armies, composed of locals, foreigners, and birds were gathered for Solomon. Then they were dispatched in an orderly manner. Eventually, when they came to the valley of the ants, one ant said, O ants, enter your homes, so that Solomon and his armies do not crush you unknowingly. Then Solomon smiled, laughing at the words and decision of the female ant. And he said, My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor, which you have bestowed upon me and my parents. And inspire me to do righteous deeds that will please you, and admit me by your mercy into the ranks of your righteous servants, he said. And Solomon reviewed the birds. Then he said, Why do I not see the hoopoe, or is it absent? I will surely punish it severely, or I will slaughter it, unless it brings me a clear reason. Or it must bring me a clear proof, he said. Then the hoopoe did not delay long in coming. Da, I learned something you don't know. For some reason, I bring you very true and important news. Indeed, I found a woman ruling over them, who has been given everything and possesses a magnificent throne. I found her and her people worshipping the sun instead of Allah, showing submission to it. Satan has made their deeds appear pleasing to them, preventing them from worshipping Allah, who reveals what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and knows what you conceal and what you declare. As a result, they are not guided to the right path. Allah is the one besides whom there is no deity. He is the Lord of the great throne, he said. Solomon said, Did you speak the truth, or are you among the liars? We shall see. Take this letter, deliver it to them. Then step back a little and see how they respond. The Queen of Sheba, upon receiving Solomon's letter, O leaders, indeed a very noble and honorable letter has been delivered to me. Indeed, that letter is from Solomon, and it says, Do not act arrogantly against me, but come to me in submission as Muslims, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, who shows abundant mercy to all living beings in the world. The Queen said, O leaders, advise me in this matter. I do not make any decision without your presence. The leaders said, We are powerful and skilled in warfare. However, the decision is yours. So consider what you will command. The Queen said, Undoubtedly, when kings enter a land, they ruin it immediately, and they humiliate its noble people. They will do the same. I will send them a gift, and see what the messengers will return with, she said. When the messenger came to Solomon, Solomon said, Do you want to help me with wealth? What Allah has given me is better than what He has given you. On the contrary, you take pride in your gift. Return to them. Let them know well that we will come to them with armies they cannot resist. We will surely drive them out, humiliated and debased, he said. Solomon said, O leaders, which of you will bring me her throne before they come to me in submission? A powerful jinn said, I will bring it to you before you rise from your seat, and indeed I am strong and trustworthy for this task. The one who had knowledge from the book said, I will bring it to you before your glance returns to you. Then, when Suleiman saw Melike standing next to the throne, This is from the grace of my Lord, to test me whether I will be grateful or ungrateful. And whoever is grateful, it is for his own benefit. And whoever is ungrateful, indeed my Lord is rich and generous, he said. Solomon said, Disguise her throne. For her, treat her as an ordinary person. Let us see if she will be among those who are guided, or among those who are not guided to the right path. Is she sincere in her submission or not? Let us see. When the queen arrived, is your throne like this? She was asked. The queen said, it seems as if it is the same. And we had been given knowledge before, and we have submitted. She said, and what she worshipped besides Allah had prevented her. Indeed, she was from a people who disbelieved, who knowingly rejected the divinity and lordship of my Lord. The queen was told, enter the palace where nothing is hidden, and everything is shown clearly into the pure religion. Then the queen, upon seeing the pure religion, repeatedly scrutinized, examined, and revealed all the secrets of her past life. Solomon said, this is the pure religion carefully derived from the revelations of Allah. The queen said, my lord, I had, indeed, wronged myself. I have become a Muslim along with Solomon for Allah, the Lord of all worlds, she said.